going to take you on a road trip here from Malibu and the Malibu Pier down to the Santa Monica Pier along the Pacific Coast Highway. Right now I'm cutting into some footage of the Malibu Pier so you can see what it looks like, because you can't see it that well from the road when I drive by. This is an incredibly beautiful location. Right now you can see we're coming up on the entrance to the pier. We've got a little parking lot right alongside of it. Parking here is a little bit scarce, but it's worth it. I'm speeding this up in a lot of it because it's a 45-minute drive and it would be kind of a long video. And I'll slow it down in some spots so that you can, see things a little better, such as the interesting architecture over there. The Pacific Coast Highway is one of the most beautiful road trips that you can take. I'll show you some other segments of it soon, like down south of Los Angeles, going down to Laguna Beach and things on that kind of line, where you get a little bit better view of the ocean. Right now, with the restrictions that we have due to the pandemic, air travel has become an absolute nightmare. So the road trip is kind of making a comeback, and there's no better place to go if you happen to be anywhere in Southern California than up to Malibu. You can hang out on the pier, you can go to the Malibu Lagoon and hike, take in the birds. It's actually kind of a bird sanctuary with, I think it's about 150 different species of birds. And there's an RV camp up there as well. So there's plenty to do, and you can do it, without worrying about the restrictions. You'll notice how the houses along here are built up on stilts out over the water. Very, very, very close to the water. I've sometimes wondered what would happen if there's a big storm. It seems like to me they're not high enough up to really keep them protected. Also, be sure to read in the text. I'm going to have links down there to different things that you can do at the Malibu Pier, the Santa Monica Pier, and in those areas, so that, if you decide to go ahead and take this road trip, you can go ahead and explore the things that there are to do. Again, just some of the beautiful homes, how close they are to the water. This is a restaurant called Moon Shadows, and it's kind of a cool restaurant. The thing that's really cool about it is your tables are all overlooking the ocean, giving you an ocean view. Here we have another house built out on the stilts. You can see how it just hangs above the water. A little bit farther down, I'm going to cut in on one so that you can really see it. Here we're just right up along the ocean with no houses blocking the view. It's what makes the drive up the Pacific Coast Highway so great. There's just something about being along the ocean that just always makes me feel better, and my world comes right. You've got a bit of a beach going down from here. It's a very rocky beach in this area. Here's the house that I cut in on. We just passed it. You can see how it's just literally hanging over the ocean. And all of these homes along here are pretty much doing the same thing. Another beach pull-off area. And we're back to overlooking the ocean again. Traffic here along the PCH right now is really light. It's still light, because of the pandemic and lockdowns. It just hasn't gone back to normal levels. This could sometimes be jammed beyond belief. I've had this drive take hours. This time I made it in 45 minutes. We just passed the Ocean Club, and that's another fancy steakhouse on the beach. And again, you've got tables that are overlooking the water where you eat. Another beautiful view of the ocean. Even if you don't do anything when you get to Malibu or to Santa Monica, it's worth it just for the drive. It just sort of gives you some personal space to be looking out over the ocean and how expansive it is. There are plenty of places where you can pull off and walk down to the beach. Just enjoy some sunshine and some fresh air. Here's another area where you can see the ocean really well. And there's somebody out here getting his exercise. Lifeguard huts on kind of a beach, that's really dropping down a lot, but it's an area where you can go out to the water. Up toward Malibu, the beaches tend to be very rocky, and then as we get down closer to Santa Monica, they become flatter and sandier, particularly after the Santa Monica Pier. From that point on, they're very flat. Another beach parking lot. Normally these are packed, these parking lots would be just packed. It's a little frustrating sometimes, like at least prior to 2020 to come out here, and try and find parking when you got here. Some of the beaches are not too bad, some of them are very difficult. I'm back to normal speed here so you can see how expansive the beaches are in the ocean. It's unfortunate that I can't mount a camera high on top of the car so you can really see it. Los Angeles and Santa Monica. I don't think this is officially Santa Monica, but we're getting close. Right now I'm turning off onto a road called the California Incline. This is pretty much the end of the Pacific Coast Highway. If I would have gone straight, go about another half a mile or a mile, and that end up on the 10 freeway. Then later on you can rejoin it and continue on the Pacific Coast Highway on down. This takes us up to Santa Monica, and we're going to go on to Ocean Drive. Right up to our right is the Santa Monica Pier, and you can't see it, but I cut in some footage of it so you can see how beautiful the pier is. Here we are going along Ocean Drive alongside of Palisades Park. This overlooks the ocean from a high bluff, and it's just a really beautiful park. You can walk along the paths, look out over the ocean, sit on the benches, really get some personal space. We're coming up on where you would enter the pier. This is also the end of the historic Route 66. Pier entrance is right there, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to actually loop around and show you what it looks like to drive right up on it from Colorado Street. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and be sure to check the links in the text below for information on things to do around the Santa Monica Pier and the Malibu Pier.